if that's recording or not. Is that recording? Yeah. And then I don't have to deal with my fucking computer sitting over here. Nope, not that button. What's going on, everyone? This is Devin, and we're back for another sports talk. Just me and Colton in house tonight.
What's up?
So, Cabby might call in. Austin ditched us. Bailey ditched us. Drake's busy working. I'll give him a little slack, but Cinco de Mayo. So hopefully everyone's enjoying a margarita. That's what I'm probably gonna go do after this. So we'll jump right into NFL talk, like with the draft. We kind of skipped over NFL last week because of the draft was just getting ready to start when we were doing this. I was gonna record a podcast, but by the time we were ready to record, only 2 picks had been in. And I'm like, well, there's no point of fucking doing this right now. So we'll just wait till next week. That way we can now review all the picks and stuff like that. As us being Lions fans, they're from Michigan. One of our biggest, excitement was Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan going to Detroit Lions. And so that was huge. I mean, I'm not a Michigan in college fan. I'm actually in Alabama, so I actually preferred Lions' second pick that they took. But Aiden Hutchinson is going to be good. I don't know. So, some people were comparing him to, an Aaron Donald. But I don't think he's quite that big. He's going to be, I think, a little bit quicker type of than Aaron is. He's not going to be quite as a beast where he just is running over.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of comparisons, too, with and I know we've even kind of said it, with the Bosa brothers and not even so much a JJ, but a TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, and edge rusher. More of a quicker guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be explosive. I feel off the ball versus more of he's not as much as he is a pretty beefy dude. I mean, he's not gonna be running over the little lineman. I mean, when you're talking, most of these linemen nowadays are 325, 350.
Yeah,
it's hard to be that big. I mean. And the only thing is Aaron, he fucking reps up 315 like it's the 225 bench.
Yeah.
And I think it was a video a couple of years ago he did where his combine season or whatever, and I think the top defensive player did 23 reps of 225. And so he put 315 and I think did 22. One short of, he was pissed because he couldn't get that 23rd. But
yeah, you definitely get though. That comparison to me is not. A good one. He's a generational talent. We're not going to get many people like him.
No, it'll be interesting. I mean, Trayvon Walker was the first overall, which it was kind of back and forth. I mean, both defensive ends, so it's crazy to see 2 defensive ends being taken right away.
Yeah, and we even all kind of figured this was going to be a huge defensive draft.
Yep.
But I was shocked because he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was, now I'm trying to think of his name. I don't know if it's Kevin or Kenyon Thibodeau from Oregon.
Yep.
Him and Aiden Hutchinson were number 1 and number 2 for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, here comes this Trayvon Walker, which I actually just seen. He ran a 4.640. And he's like,
so I don't know if it's because college pace is, it's become more of not really hard hitting. It's a faster pace typically now. Oh, and not faster than NFL, obviously, but just the pace of the game has picked up.
Yeah, so they run a lot more. It's spread. It's a lot of man-to-man stuff. You have to have edge guys that can run around the edge and try to catch a running back.
Yeah.
There's so many sweeps. There's so many. Where in the NFL, it's I formation. I'm just gonna run through you.
Yeah. They still set that up. I mean, and so Thibodeau actually dropped down to 5th. He went to the Giants.
Yeah.
Pick 5.
Yeah. Kayvon. Okay, that was his name.
Yeah.
Both Kevin and Kenyon.
Yeah.
Kayvon Thibodeau. And I thought he would even go higher than 5th. I thought for sure he'd be top 3.
Yeah.
I was really, really, really impressed with the Jets. The Jets do not have a bad roster. Now.
Yeah. Well, and who was it? The Travis
Etienne.
Yeah.
From Clemson.
Yep. So he got injured. I think the way they were planning to use him in their offense, he was going to be able to spread out, be in the backfield, he'll, be a pitch guy.
Yeah.
He was going to be a very versatile back, definitely with Trevor Lawrence there. So I think with him coming back this year and then what they got in this draft, they could make some actual huge gains. I'm not calling them, I could see them.
They're not bottom feeders, I don't think, this year.
No.
I think Jets are like a 5 to 6 win team.
Yeah.
And that's, in my opinion, like kind of easily.
Yep. And
their defense was not even that bad.
Yep. And it's all going to depend on like injuries and shit like that happens over through the season because that's the biggest thing that kills teams. Like with Travis going out early, that threw, I think, their whole game plan with Trevor Lawrence out of the window because it took away one of their key weapons they were hoping to have with them.
And they played with each other, so it's not like they don't know.
Exactly.
So I liked the Jets picks, all of them.
So I mean, of course, I got to point out another Alabama player, offensive tackle Evan Neal, went to the Giants for the 7th pick.
They got both. Dang.
Yeah, they had the 5 and 7. So they got a defensive end and offensive tackle. Let's see here. What other?
So the Jets, they got. How cool was it to see both Ohio State receivers go back to back?
Yeah.
Which we all somewhat figured.
Yeah.
I think that scared me.
That's just a dog running.
I thought the roof was coming down. I personally think Chris Olave is going to have a better career than Garrett Wilson. I do think Garrett Wilson is like the better wide receiver, but Garrett Wilson going to the Jets, we're not sure on Zach Wilson yet. I'm not sure on him yet. I think he can be good. But we know Jameis Winston can whip the ball around.
Yeah.
And you have Michael Thomas coming back this year.
Yeah.
So how much is that going to take off Chris Olave?
I'm interested to see. So obviously we already said Jameis Williams was the 12th pick for the Detroit Lions, which like I said, I'm happy. I got to get a jersey ordered here soon. Philadelphia Eagles picked up Jordan Davis. I was surprised he dropped this low, honestly. I mean, I know a defensive tackle, but the dude's a beast. He's going to be one of those guys that I got to run over. I think he's going to transition. The only thing is that he'd only played 2 or 3 downs at Georgia before they would sub him out. So in the NFL...
Well, which now you actually kind of see that. And I noticed it more this year than any other time because you have no different offensive guy. You have packages.
Yep.
And it's like now you're seeing the defensive guys start to do it. Like Aaron Donald would go out sometimes every down. Or not every down.
So,
but
I was noticing he'd come out first down, and then depending on how that play went out would depend if he, if it was close, if it was going to be like a second and short, he would stay in.
Yep.
But if it was like a second and long, he would come out, and then if it was like third down, well, normally after sending out one play, he'd go back in, but he'd come back in for that hopefully third and short to be a beast in there. So then now it's fourth down you're looking at if it's played right. So I'm like, that's genius, Go out one play,
fresh.
Get a long stop. That way, next guy comes in can hopefully keep it, make it a third and short. Still stop them from the first down mark, like on the second down play, and then turn around third down air and back in and.
And more often times than not, especially in the NFL, if he's used that way.
Yeah.
Like they're in the NFL also for a reason, so they're gonna hold their own.
Yeah.
And it's the same way at Georgia. I mean, Georgia's a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't telling me his backups probably isn't going to go pro for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's hard. You look at how many SEC players go. It's crazy.
He reminds me, I wanted to say this, for all you real NFL fans out there, Vince Wilfork played for the Patriots. The dude was just monstrous.
Yeah.
And that's who this guy reminds me of, except for Jordan Davis is out here running under a 5 flat.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a big boy. What's his stats?
He ran like a 4.8, and he's like 340 pounds. It's ridiculous.
Let me see. We're going to pull up his stats quick.
Yeah, he just occupies so many blockers. At a point of attack, he's taking up 2.
Davis played in 41 games at Georgia. He recorded 32 tackles, 14 quarterback hurries, 5.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks last season. That was just last season's stats. He's 6'6", 341. NFL Combine, he ran a 4.78 40-yard dash. Yeah. 300. That motherfucker running at you, you are turning and booking it.
This is sometimes when I sit back and I'm watching NFL and I see like a wide receiver miss a catch or just somebody do something dumb, and I'm like, yeah, like come on, I could have made that catch. Then I'm thinking about Jordan Davis at 300.
But imagine being a quarterback back in the pocket, and all of a sudden you see him coming through the line, and knowing that he can run a 4.78, basically 4.8. Let's round it to that. He can run a 4.8. He's gonna hurry you out of that pocket pretty quickly.
Let's just be real. You're getting hit by a truck.
Yeah.
It's
man. I wish we had a scientist that could give us the stats of what
sports. They need to put him on some sports science
shit, and seeing like what his force is that he generates with at full speed hitting you type of deal. Like if he gets like untouched for some odd reason, a missed assignment, and he comes free, untouched up the center. God, that'd be scary.
Who did they do that to? I think it was Ray Lewis.
Yeah,
they did that to Ray Lewis, and they did. They had a door. They just did a door, and they did it against like one of the guys with a. I'm gonna say battery ram. But I don't know if that's right, but to knock down a door, and then Ray Lewis just from 5 yards away, also take the door. Ray Lewis took it off the hinges.
Yeah,
the whole door, and it was something crazy. Like they compared it to getting stepped on, like a bull rider.
Yeah,
compared to getting stepped on by. Not even stepped. Like getting knocked off.
So the battering ram broke the wooden door open at 800 pounds of force instantly. Ray Lewis struck the door with force over 1,000 pounds.
From 5 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, he not only broke the door, but completely knocked all the screws and hinges out. Yeah.
It's nuts.
So just imagine, and like, I wonder what Ray Lewis stats were when he did the combine.
I have no idea. I don't even think. Did he even get drafted high? I have no idea really about him. While you're looking that up, I'm talking about the.
He was.
Caleb Cavendish.
Ooh.
What up, Caleb? Oh, hang on. I gotta change you over to the roadcaster here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, you're on the podcast. We're just talking NFL. We're talking about Jordan Davis, who runs a 4.78 40-yard dash at 341 pounds, and how scary that'd be sitting in the pocket as a quarterback if he come through.
Yeah, that'd be pretty scary.
We were just comparing it to like Ray Lewis, who was on, because I said like sports science needs to get Jordan Davis on and do some, and Ray Lewis, who ran a 4.58 40-yard dash, so a tenth quicker, but at 5 yards could generate over 1,000 pounds of force, and he was about 100 pounds lighter almost. Well, not quite 100, I don't think, when he was in his prime, but so that would kind of suck to get hit by Jordan Davis coming up the pocket at
terrible.
It would suck to block him.
True. I wouldn't want to have that job.
Oh, he's going to take up so much energy. He's going to be good. That was a good pick. Personally, I think there was 2 teams in my mind that had the best draft, and that was the Jets. The Jets, every pick was great. And the Steelers. The Steelers draft, in my mind, is probably the best.
Kenny Pickett then?
Oh, I'm a huge fan.
See, I'm interested.
I think that's a good fit for him.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he does transitioning.
I don't think they had a choice after Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah,
and that's not like a bad joke. Like I'm being serious.
So who are they contemplating right now before Pickett? Who were they saying?
Malik Willis.
Was that who it was?
Is who they thought would go before.
Okay.
But, yeah, Steelers got Kenny Pickett, then went and got Georgia's number 1 receiver late in round 2 with George Pickens. And to me, he's going to be he's probably a top 4 receiver in the draft, if not top 3, behind Jameson Williams. And who was the other guy thinking? Oh, and Chris Olave. Round 3 went and got DeMarvin Leal, a defensive tackle at Texas A&M. And at the beginning of 2022, he was projected top 5. So, and it's just, they went and got another tight end out of Michigan State, actually, Connor Hayward. And I'm looking at these two. I don't have it memorized, but
yeah,
it was just, to me, it was huge. I thought all their picks were very well thought of. And that's, I mean, kudos to whoever stepped up. Who's in there now? Because Mike Tomlin's not, right? Or is he still there?
He's still there.
He's still there.
Who am I thinking? Who? Oh, he hired somebody.
To be like an assistant or something.
Yeah, what black coach? I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. Anyone know this Sky Moore from West Michigan that got drafted to Kansas City?
Pretty good.
Is he?
Or,
Sadly, I don't really know.
I mean, in my opinion, with the draft, I don't think anybody really had a bad draft. I don't know if it's because that's like a defensive heavy or like not quarterback and running back or what it was, but
yeah, I think you're right. I don't think there was. I mean, who ultimately were like the huge names? I mean, like Jameson Williams, he was good, but like there isn't Aiden Hutchinson. I guess was a huge name, but there's just a lot of them that weren't like, holy shit, he's the best player in college football. I mean, when's the last time a defensive player was even close to being in it?
Yeah.
So that either tells you how good Hutchinson is, or that it just really wasn't. Nobody really stood out.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing is I feel like the young talent in the NFL right now is pretty unbelievable, and that's why I think quarterbacks really fell, and running back. You know what I mean? Like a lot of teams already have 2 stud running backs. Why draft one?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and two, what was it? 5 quarterbacks went in the first round last year.
Yeah, and that's Devin and I were talking after. I keep seeing that. A lot of people are saying like, yeah, the team like. It wasn't that good of a QB draft, really. But, like, all teams, they think, went, like, a little overkill by taking them so late. Like, I heard a lot of people that Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett are both, like, you can probably start a team with them.
Yeah.
And even some of the draft combine stuff I seen, I was impressed with them.
Yeah, Pickett actually looked pretty good.
I was more of a Willis fan, but I mean, Pickett, like they say, he's the most draft-ready quarterback. Willis needs a little work, but
yeah, I keep seeing that Kenny Pickett's like QB1 ready.
Yeah,
like he's
But who does he got to beat? Trubisky, right?
He what?
He just has to beat out Trubisky, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then, did you see what Ryan Tannehill said about Malik Willis?
Isn't that crazy?
What did he say?
He went on there. They were talking about like, yeah, Malik Willis. Like, how do you feel about mentoring him and blah blah blah. He come out right out and says, "We're competing for a spot. It's not my job to mentor him." I was like, holy shit! Like, whoa.
Yeah, that's. It'll be interesting to see what all happens. I mean, like,
I just hope Malik Willis starts because that comment will haunt him.
You want to know who I'm freaking pumped about, though, out of the quarterbacks? Freaking Matt Corral to Carolina. I was actually freaking pumped about that.
Yeah, what do you think of your Carolina Panthers drafts overall?
I thought it was pretty dang solid. I mean, I think Matt Corral at that late is pretty good for us. I mean, our defense got better. We got an offensive lineman, our first pick, so.
Yeah, was it? I thought that. Who am I thinking of that they drafted? I can't think of his name.
Yeah, they should have took Evan Neal for offensive tackle personally, but that's just maybe because I'm a little Alabama biased.
You're a huge Alabama bias.
Yeah, ask Caleb. We got into a few.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Matt Corral, and I can't believe he fell that late either.
No, but I'm glad he ended at Carolina because I think he'll be probably one of the most, like, I don't know, underdog QBs to play well or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think a lot of, I think what guys were saying too, like, it's actually going to take a lot of pressure off these guys because they're not taking top 5, top 10. Instead, you're taking top 20. So it's like, how much pressure does that really take off you? Because you're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not expected to go in there and turn the thing around because nobody believes you can.
You're not coming in as a starter, and that. I mean, how many times have we seen that? And that kind of. You look at Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. I mean, they came in as pretty much guaranteed starters. And I'm not saying they played horrible, but I think if they had to compete for a spot, it probably would have made them better.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, exactly.
It'll be interesting to see how quarterbacks play out this year. But
I don't know. I'm a huge Kenny. I liked Kenny Pickett at the beginning of the year. When I became a big fan is when he ran that fake slide.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest plays I've seen.
And I called it.
Wait, you said you liked that?
No, I liked him like before that, and then that happened.
Oh,
and then I was
like,
I
was like, what?
I was a huge fan that he did that, but I did call it.
I did like the play.
I did call it. I'm like, you guys watch, and I think I said it on the podcast. Actually, I'm like, you guys watch. There will be a rule made that's, and there was like 2 days later.
I mean, for some reason, it kind of reminds me of like Herbert. I don't really know why they're not really built the same, but
dude, even as I keep saying the same thing. That's exactly who he reminds me of. That's who I think like who he models after. And I said, I'm like, they're maybe not really built the same, but yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, maybe they somewhat like just look the same. It's the long hair, tall. Yeah, that's who he reminds me of too.
I was pretty pumped for the Lions draft. I thought the Packers kind of had a shitty draft like always, but
I don't know what their game plan is. Like they're kind of like letting Devontae Adams go, who they pulled in a draft. Maybe they see something or their scouts see something different than what I see, but I don't like what they're doing right now.
Christian Watson was actually rated quite high. I guess he's supposed to be pretty good.
Like I said, I don't think they had a horrible draft, but I think out of
like two defensive players right off the bat, like your defense was good.
Yeah.
I know.
So I mean, obviously, maybe it gets a little better with these guys, but they took 2 receivers. At least in Madden, Romeo Doubs is a hidden trait. So I'm gonna say that's just not a bad pick. I'm gonna call Madden out right now. Hopefully you're right. But I heard Christian Watson was really, really good. That he could have been taken in the first round if teams wanted him. Yeah.
I think that's everything I got for NFL right now.
I had something. What about freaking? You guys might already talked about it, but Hopkins suspended 6 games.
Yeah.
Oh no, we haven't. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And did you see what he had come out and said?
I didn't see his statement.
He had come out and said that he's like, I'm very, very careful on what I put in my body. He's like, which most athletes are. He's like, but apparently, I'll just say in quote, I found it right here. I'm very, very mindful of what I put in my body, and I've always taken a holistic approach. So when I'm working with my team to investigate how this could have happened.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I don't do it. He's like, but even as careful as I've been, clearly I wasn't careful enough. For that, I apologize. He's like, he just.
Yeah. So at least he's not like denying it, but.
Yeah, but there's so many things now that is illegal in the NFL, but might be.
Well, that's
just
like
in something that you take, and you don't realize it.
That's my sport of Supercross. They're so bad at like all these the drug testing and stuff is like so minute little things they can find that there's been so many riders that like got hit for or little things that might show up in their supplement, and it's just simply where that supplement's made. Yeah. That manufacturer could make a different product that does have something that can't be used, and just they didn't clean the machine out well enough, so there's micro doses of it that gets put inside that product, and it's just like it's kind of shitty, hey, for their aspect, because they get suspended for or like dirt bikes is a lot longer. They get like 2 years they have to go off.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
But they just recently switched for who controls their drug situation. So, but
and then one other thing, because I don't know if you guys talked about it. Well, it just happened 3 days ago. Tyron Matthew to the Saints.
Yeah,
I thought that was huge. It's a 3-year deal, but he's like 28, 29. Like he's getting up there. 3-year deal, $33 million.
Who's Saints rolling with for quarterbacks?
Winston.
Yeah.
Now that he's back, but you still have Tate.
Yeah.
What the hell's his name?
Hill, last name. Right?
Kind of going off that, like, why haven't all these free agents, like, gone anywhere yet? Like, you would think, like, after the draft.
Yeah, I was
draft, like, none of them got traded during the draft, and, like, there's just nothing. Like, Jarvis, OBJ, I think Debo still wants to trade. Julio Jones. Like,
Lions.
Like I think teams were hoping they could trade them off, or like players was hoping that they could be used as a pawn in trade deals for. But this wasn't the draft, I think, to be like done in, like, because there's always trades and stuff done during the draft time. So I was almost thinking like all these players were coming out like I want to trade, and so teams could use them as a leveraging type of thing. But like I said, I think players that are not quarterbacks are wanting more money, even if they're kind of past their prime. So it'll be interesting to see where they end up and stuff like that. Yeah. Anything else NFL related?
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll switch over. You can stay on the line, Caleb. You just don't have to talk for this next segment if you don't want. NBA. So I've actually been watching quite a few games. I typically watch. Yeah, it's been good. So this next round of semifinals for East and West, Bucks look good to me. Like they opening game they beat Celtics 101-89, and I don't see anyone in the East being able to get past them realistically. So I see Bucks making it to the finals for sure. Would be what I have. But.
So in that game, I had seen, I didn't watch it, but I seen them. They put it to the Celtics, but then I kind of went and looked at the stats, and Celtics shot like 30% from the field.
They yeah.
So
because
they came back.
Yeah, you look at game 2, Celtics ended up winning 109-86, so it almost flip flopped.
Yeah, and now the Celtics hit 17 more threes than Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if anybody's gonna beat Milwaukee, it's gonna be the Celtics. I mean, look at what they did to the Nets. Like they shut down KD. They pretty much shut down Giannis the other night. That's how they got the win. And their defense is probably the best in the league right now.
Yeah, I think
these guys Bucks. You never know what can happen.
Right now, the Suns are good.
Yeah,
but the Celtics kind of remind me of like the Suns right now. Like you have two guys that are your people.
Yeah,
and but their defense is just stifling, man.
Well, that takes us to the other two on the East. 76ers versus Heat. Embiid's been out. Oh, so Heat's won these first two games. So is Heat really that good that they're going to be able to match up with like the Bucks or the Celtics, or is it because Embiid's out that they're beating the 76ers?
I mean, the Heat came in at like third in the East. Yeah. So when you play a lot of games against your own conference in the NBA.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, they're that good. And at this point, Kyle Lowry is sitting out. They're starting point guard.
True. Yep.
And they're still putting it to him. So I think go ahead.
They're just like the same team as last year, though. What scares me is, obviously last year they freaking made it pretty damn far. But if they're hot, they're hot. And if they're not shooting well, they're going to lose.
Yep.
And that's what scares me with them, but I think they'll get over the Sixers.
Well, it'll be interesting to see because they've played their first 2 in this series at home. And so it'll be interesting to see how the Sixers do. Now, they already just ruled out Embiid for tomorrow's game at 76ers.
I think you need Embiid. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think you're making it past them because it's the same way the Heat's defense is good.
Yeah.
With Bam and Jimmy Butler running on your defense, you're good.
So, are you surprised that's only a 3-point game for tomorrow's game right now?
I am.
I'm not because it's not at Heat, is it?
No, it's at 76.
76ers.
I think that's why.
Yep, and so that's so NFL is typically a 3-point game. I believe NBA is kind of the same, where if they normally if it was like played at like middle ground, they would say even, but whoever is like the little bit better team that's getting like a whole team advantage to take it down. So I think they knocked it down. Originally, it'd probably be more like a 6-point type of spread, but because of being at 76ers, they knock it to only like a 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So right now, who are you taking to win the East?
To win the East?
Yep.
I'm going to take the Celtics.
I mean, the winner, whoever wins that series, I think is going to be the winner. But
yes.
I think I'm going to go Celtics as well.
All right, and I'm on the same theory. Whoever wins between those two teams are going to be the champion. But I took Bucks earlier. I'll stick with Bucks. Like before playoffs started, I took Bucks in one of my bets. So we'll stick with Bucks.
Before playoffs started, I said the Warriors were winning it all, and I think I'm going to stick with it.
It will be interesting to see because I think so. I think Suns. So we'll get onto the West here now. So the Suns, I see them getting past the Mavericks. Like the way they're playing right now, they're still hot. They've been good all season. It's hard to stop them.
Is Luka back?
Yeah, and if any team's gonna knock them off, it will be whoever wins between Grizzlies, and Warriors.
For who? Oh, the
Suns. What a fun series to watch.
Yeah, Warriors. Like that first game, being a 1-point game right at the end.
So here's my theory on it. I think Grizzlies messed up not winning game 1. You have this is okay. Not even a theory. This is why I think the Warriors win it.
So just to add a little piece as you're going on this little rant, it's great that we have Poole versus Morant on.
Oh yeah,
going on right now too.
just
because of the whole most improved player argument that was going on,
and Morant's just going off.
Yeah,
but that's part of my reason too. So, Jaren Jackson, former Michigan State player, was really good at Michigan State. In the first game, had 33, best game of probably his career, and they lost. And John Morant didn't even have to do all that much, and he still played good. The Grizzlies played good. And they lost. John Morant, they just won by 5, and John Morant had his career night and dropped 47.
Oh, yeah, 47.
Shot shit out of the ball.
The best scoring for Warriors that night was Curry at 27. And my 2 favorite players right there.
And I think Morant's good. Really good. I'm putting him up with like Luka Doncic. Officially. I have him up there. Jason Tatum, Luka, Devin Booker.
Like I said, just his we were talking before we started this. Like his explosiveness is just insane.
We're seeing all of us were kind of young. Well, you weren't. All of us was kind of young to watch the young Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
that's kind of what we're witnessing.
Yeah, he's I would definitely compare him to that.
But that's the reason I think Warriors win the series. Is I think Grizzlies the first, and unless Morant does this all series long, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Warriors are going to shoot as bad as they did again.
So they're at Warriors for game 3. Then game 4 will be at Warriors. And then I'll be back to game 5 at Grizzlies. So I guess I almost put it more to how these next 2 games go that are going to be at the Warriors. If Grizzlies can pull off 2 wins and somehow... Like if they do it, because it's gonna be close. With talking, it was a 1-point game the very first opening game. That slipped through, but then they turn around and won. So it's like, okay, if they can come out and sneak at least 1 win away, is what they're going to have to.
Very well could. Their defense is really good. They're good.
Yeah.
And they showed it all year. But you have two guys on your team that had 2 career nights. You won by 5 and lost by 1.
Yeah.
Curry hasn't played that well, and neither has Thompson.
No, when he's the leading scorer at 27 for that next game, it's like they were not shooting well that night.
So I just think it's not going to happen. The Warriors have been there, done that. I just think they're going to pull it off.
So I'm sticking with my theory though. I do not think Suns make it to the finals. I've been saying that at the beginning. I think whoever wins between Grizzlies and Warriors will be the one to make it. Just because I don't know, it's hard because I like I said, my 2 favorite players in the NBA are Steph Curry and John Morant. So I think I'm gonna take the Grizzlies though. I think they're gonna somehow figure out how to win these next couple games, and then they'll be able to go back home. They might lose.
Crazy, man. Don't bet against no Steph Curry.
It's hard. And maybe just because I want to see this up and comer. Steph is getting towards the end of, I feel, his career.
So here's my quick hot take, and I think I sent it to the group. Clay or Curry, either one of them, will not be on the Warriors in the next 2 years.
I could see that.
They're going to trade. I don't think Curry will ever leave. I think Curry's there. I think he's that type of guy.
Doesn't Curry have a brother or cousin that plays for Seth?
His brother.
It's his brother. Wouldn't it be cool if those two were paired up?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because they're both are crazy at shooting threes. Caleb left. He must have lost service.
I think the way Jordan Poole is playing, he's young.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson's old now.
Yeah.
It sucks he got hurt for 2 years.
Yeah.
But he's old now.
Yep.
But he's still a valuable.
Caleb Cavendish.
A really valuable trade.
Are you back? Hello. Caleb. Well, yeah, I can hear you now. Lost service there?
Okay. I must have, yeah.
All right.
I was saying that I don't think, whether it be one or the other, I think it'll be Clay over Steph, but one of them will not be on the Warriors in the next 2 years.
Or they're going to have to renegotiate their contract.
I think Poole's going to get a bigger one, and he's younger than Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson's getting old. Sucks he got for injuries. But he's still going to be a huge trade asset.
Where does Poole normally play?
Shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard?
Point guard.
Point guard?
Behind Curry. Curry was a 6th man in the last series.
Yeah.
Didn't even start.
Yeah.
So
that's
but he's tall enough. I think Poole's like 6'4", 6'5", so he's a shooting guard.
Yeah.
But those 3 are really interchangeable.
Yeah.
So, but I think Thompson's.
I think Thompson's
gonna
out.
Be sent somewhere. I think Jordan Poole is gonna be him.
Yep. So who are you taking out of the West to make it to the finals?
Me?
Yeah.
Warriors. Yep.
Caleb, who do you got?
I'm writing these down.
No. Well,
before I said the same thing. I said I don't think the Suns are going to make it, but kind of after watching them in the playoffs, I think they will make it.
It's hard not to agree.
Yeah.
I could agree. I just don't think. I don't know.
I've never seen a team that's been so dominant all year in really any sport
And go all the way.
And then go all the way.
Well, the Warriors with the 70.
I mean, the Warriors, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they lost in the finals.
Yep. So that's where I'll see if Suns make it. I see them getting knocked off in the finals, but it'll be interesting who they have to match up against.
If it's the Bucks, the Suns match up better with the Bucks.
Yeah.
If it's the if it's Bucks and Warriors, Bucks will win it all. If it's Celtics and Warriors, Warriors will win it.
Be interesting.
Andrew Wiggins is an elite defender. He's going to be on either Tatum or Brown.
I really want to change my early season pick.
Who is it?
But, well, I kind of had 2. I guess I really had 2, and both came from the West. And it's really going to come down to this current series that they're playing each other in. Because I said either Warriors was my number 1 originally, and then I was really starting to like Ja at that time, and Grizzlies were number 2. So right now I would say whoever wins that series is I take the win at all.
They're good for sure. I just don't think anybody out of the West can guard Giannis.
Yeah. That's a hard matchup right there.
So, and Celtics is such a team defensive team.
I think that would be Grizzlies' hardest part is Giannis down low. John's not going to be able to make the moves that he can. I mean,
yeah, it's just
out the ball's going to get swatted out of there a lot.
Whereas the Celtics match up really, really well against them.
Yeah.
So. Cool.
All right. We can jump over. Let me switch over to my notes here. Got some baseball going on. Oh, yeah. Tigers are not impressive.
This whole
fantasy baseball. Going off the Tigers, I saw a stat today that shows the number one ERA team has the best record in baseball. The number 2 ERA team has the second best record. Number 3 is the third best, fourth best, 5, fifth best, 6, 7, 8. The Tigers has the 9th best ERA, but they're the 25th best record in the MLB.
Yeah, yeah, they're 8-15, and they realistically
that doesn't say what's wrong with them. I don't know what does.
Yeah, pitching is where I think all day.
What if their ERA is good?
I don't know. It's so hard.
That's just earned runs.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
I don't know. My fantasy baseball team for the first year ain't going too fucking well.
Yeah, and I fucking forget to switch my lineup in the fucking mornings. Because that's what they say. They're every morning check your lineup and see and change it and adjust it. And I fucking forget. It's midday. It's fuck, I never looked at my fantasy.
Well, it's so stupid. We can't optimize lineup.
I know. I wish there was an optimized button.
Yeah, it's so hard to look at the bench and yeah. Caleb just whooped the shit out of me. I think it was 200 to 331.
That was mine. I was 246. I think I had, and I think it was Austin. I played was just 349. I was holy fuck! I just lost. And that's Garrett too. He did the same thing. It was 100 points.
Yeah, I'm 0-30.
Yeah, that's me. Now I got Shay, and right now I'm actually fairly close at the current moment.
Shay pays attention. Just so you know.
Yeah. I need to fucking start looking at. Well, that's I said. I keep forgetting, and then it's
they play so early, and that's what I'm not used to.
Well, and they say, that's should be the first thing you do when you wake up almost is check your fucking fantasy lineup so that way.
And I do it with football. I'm on that thing at 4 times a day.
Yeah. And I should. Oh fuck! It's inside. I do got the actual championship ring. It's actually pretty sick. So I might want to start trying because I really want to win this fucking ring.
Yeah, if we actually got a ring involved, I guess.
Yeah, there's a championship ring that's free. This was a free league. We didn't get 10 people, so I didn't buy the bat. Otherwise, I was going to do a bat, too, a signed mystery bat. But next year, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, I got to figure out how to do this a little better. I got to be honest.
The team that shocked me most, because I haven't really paid attention to fantasy, but I did at first.
Caleb, you lost service again.
And the team that shocked me the most, really, so far, is the New York Mets.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see them in anywhere.
So in the Central, we're not last place. We're tied for last, but we're not last. Kansas City is last, which is surprising because they were pretty good a few years ago. Which, like I said, I'm getting back into baseball. I don't know if you are. I haven't really followed baseball the last few years because I just knew Tigers sucked. So
I haven't either, but I did pay attention to a lot of their off-season signings this year. I'd like to get back into it.
Well, the whole lockout thing and then doing this podcast, I've been paying attention more than I have in the last quite a few years.
You want to know when I was really into baseball? When we'd always go to Lauren Jimmy's play euchre.
Yeah.
Baseball's I was always into it.
Oh. Let's see. Yankees are pretty good right now.
Yeah, 18-7 or something.
Yep, 18-7. LA Angels are 17-10.
Braves.
Mets are 18-9.
Braves at the beginning of the year were ranked number 1.
Yeah.
And they have a losing record.
Yep, they're 12-15. Like I said, the real goal is to be 500.
Yeah, really.
If you're 500 by All-Star break,
you have a good chance.
You have a good chance to make playoffs. Mm-hmm. You back? Hello?
He was on your phone.
Oh.
All right, we can hear you now. Oh. Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay.
If I heard the beep, 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 and then I'm like, oh, Caleb, you lost service.
Yeah, by King.
Oh, yeah, that's a shitty spot. You might lose a couple times. But we were just looking at, like, who's leading what. And realistically, like, for Tigers division, besides for Minnesota's kind of dominating at 15-10. But, I mean, Detroit's only a couple games back from being up in second place.
3.
Yeah. Well, not even 2.5, realistically, right? Because Cleveland's 3.5 out. So, yeah, that's the difference. Is like 2.5 games, and they could be sitting in second place for their division. So that'd be interesting. And like I said, so the goal, I don't know. I'd be on the phone trying to make some moves.
That AL East looks pretty good.
East?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Best division in MLB right now is National League West. You got the Dodgers at 16-7. San Diego at 16-9. 15-10.
Last place in your 500.
Yeah. And their last 10 games is 7-3. So they're on a move.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Colorado Rockies is where they're at. They're 15-10. Holy shit.
Dude, they haven't been good in
so long. They're a fun team to watch. Like, honestly, normally they suck ass, so normally you don't care, but
man,
I've watched a couple of their games and
the Reds.
Yeah, 3-22. Thank God we're not that. Let's see. Let's go overall and see where Tigers.
The Cubs, didn't they?
Yeah, you said they're like 29th.
Yeah, something high 20s, I think.
They're now up because of being 18-15. I don't know when this changed. They are. Oh, let's see. That'd be 30, 29, 28. They're 27th.
Yeah,
in the entire league.
In the entire league, yep.
Well, we're. How many teams did you say there were? There was
30.
30 in the. Well, we're sitting at like 14th in the American League.
Yeah. Expanded playoff. Okay. Can I see that yet? I don't know if it'll let me or not. Wild card situation.
There's so much baseball left, though, it doesn't really matter.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
How
like
many,
I said,
like 160 something?
182 games they play.
182.
And they're playing all the games. They just were shorted on spring training.
I mean, you really think about it. They're 2-8 in the last 10. I mean, so we were sitting decent.
We opened strong.
Minus 8 losses. That's. Yeah, so we were sitting at like 6-7.
Yeah. We opened fairly decent. We were. Yeah.
I don't know. Out of the couple of games, and even some of the highlights I've seen, the Yankees are looking pretty unstoppable.
Yankees are looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yankees are looking strong.
Unstoppable.
Garrett and I were talking last night, and I mean, it's kind of happened more in recent years, but maybe it's for the better of the game. I don't know why they do it, but there's already been like 2 bench clears this year. There's been like, people getting thrown out for throwing at people. There's been, all like the new substances stuff where these pitchers getting thrown out trying to fight these umps and stuff. It's been kind of crazy. Yeah,
there's been a lot of like news and shit of things going on.
Yeah, and maybe I haven't paid attention in the last few years. Maybe it's been like that, but it's kind of. I think it makes it more interesting. Maybe that's why it's happening, but I don't know.
But we're so hot and cold. Looking back through, it's like we put up. So last game, which was let's see. I guess I'm in April. Last game we put up 2 points. Then we put up 3. Then we put up 3. Then back in April it was 5. And then we lost to Dodgers because we only put up 1. Put up 1. Put up 0. Put up 4.
So
2.
It's our offense that we're struggling.
I guess the pitching's not as bad as what I thought. based on what these scores are saying. Right now, it's saying that our bats are not going. So we gotta get better at fucking hitting the ball. Apparently. But
thanks. The Brewers in the last 3 games have scored 34 runs. They have 11 home runs in the last 3 games. That's nuts.
Trying to see who's on the current hot streak. Looks like Texan Rangers. They're a 4-game win streak currently. They're 10-14.
Caleb, what does Whiff stand for pitching?
Whiff?
Yeah, WHIFF.
I don't know.
So it says the highest whiff rate with a single pitch. Is that like the batter, like actually whiffing?
Is that like it's the batter missing? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Shohei Ohtani, 53% of the time, batters whiff on it in his slider.
So it is it's when you get a strikeout on that pitch that the batter swings at.
Okay.
That's how that stat is.
Baseball, yeah, we were somewhat right.
Baseball is one of the most heavily statted sports. It is insane.
Oh yeah. So his slider is almost 54% when he throws that pitch. He's striking a batter out.
So
and the batter's missing it.
It's like you almost get to know that that's the pitch that's gonna be coming when you have 2 strikes on you.
Yeah, something.
He's gonna be throwing his slider.
The top one is actually Patrick Sandoval, and it's his changeup, and that's 58% of the time.
Jesus.
That batter's whiff on that pitch to strike
That
out.
changeup has just got to be so much slower than his fastball. Like
Probably has a lot of movement on it.
Yeah, it probably drops quite a bit.
Yeah, it probably has a lot of movement too. I mean, but a lot of movement typically comes from the ball being slower. A changeup's got to drop.
Did you know? Speaking of brain games earlier, sports science, which brain games, they do sports like that stuff too. They went on there and said that the baseball doesn't move.
I think that's full of shit.
And they went through so much science and so much stuff to prove this, that it's actually where you release the ball in the batter's eye, how you're standing, like all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm telling you right now, if that fastball comes at my head and I don't move, I'm getting fucking hit. There's no science about it. And when they throw a curveball and I see that thing at my head and it drops in the middle of the plate, that ball moved.
Yeah.
But they were saying it, no, it don't. And I was like, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm like,
yeah, right.
I'm like, you guys have never played.
Yeah, like.
But the amount of science that they actually had to like prove it was kind of like.
It was interesting.
Really messed with your, and I wonder if it was just one of those things like, yeah, we're just gonna see how many people we actually can get. Like, 'cause it is, it's just brain games. But it got me. Like, I was sitting there actually thinking about it. I'm like, no. I'm like that.
Well, that's the whole. That's the whole
moves.
point. Is that like their curveball and fastball. Actually, it's more the changeup. The changeup and the fastball are supposed to come out looking the same, but basically because of it's held different, there's going to be a slower speed to it, and it's going to drop more because the speed's different, and so the ball's dropping. How can you argue that when the speed's different, there's not going to be a different arc? That's the whole point of shooting like a bow and arrow when you're fucking hunting.
But that's just how they said it. It was just a different perception. That's all it was on. It was that your eyes are basically deceiving you.
I would ask the question. This is the only question I'd bring to him. So you're saying when I throw a changeup that's coming out of my hand at 60 miles an hour versus my fastball at 90 miles an hour, there's not going to be a drop difference of where that hits when it comes across the plate? Because if they tell me no, I say they're full of shit.
Exactly.
They need to have their science degrees fucking yanked.
That's no kidding. And you know how much money they make from saying that shit?
Yeah, exactly.
I could go out there and bullshit something like that.
Yeah. No fucking... that's kind of dumb. That pissed me off. If I had a rant tonight, that'd be it. Scientists are retarded.
Are you looking it up?
No, but... I was going to figure out golf shit because I didn't even bet on this week because I'm fucking tired of losing money on golf. All right, we'll switch over to golf. That I'm not arguing that point anymore. Caleb, Jason Day's leading it. Did you pick him to win?
Let me look. Going back to last week, I mean, John Rahm, we kind of called that. I mean, everybody kind of did, but.
Yeah, I didn't.
And I had Jaren Jackson top 20, so I actually did well last week.
I think I hit one. I was negative money again, so I didn't bet this week. I need to put more money in my fucking account.
I wrote down my picks just in case I thought we were going to do one yesterday, but.
We were going to, but I did a 7-mile run and then stopped at Tori's parents and didn't get home till like 11. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was at Jordan's till like 11 as well. So.
Yeah.
But I picked. I mean, this week it's kind of a boring one, a little more higher players, but yeah, I got some top 20s, top 10s, top 5s, and winners. I don't even know the scoreboard. You can't tell me I'm cheating.
I can tell you the scoreboard right now. Right now, I gotta say my biggest shock of all is Ricky Fowler sitting at 4 under and tied for 8th place right fucking now.
Good for him. Hopefully he doesn't choke tomorrow.
Oh, he fucking will, but he is. I can't believe how the other one, Matthew Whiff, he's tied for 3rd right now. That's pretty impressive. Jason Day leading it. He's, I mean, these are some bigger names that are like I haven't seen like being up in the top in a while. So
yeah, I can just run through mine, and you can tell me how they're doing this so far after round 1. But
okay,
my top 20 is Francis Molinari and Zach Johnson.
Oh, let's see here.
Couple older guys who, just figured it was about time for them to play well. So that's kind of why I took them.
Not seeing Johnson in the top 20. And there's still a lot of golf left, but...
Dustin Johnson?
No, Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson.
Kind of a funny-looking guy. He always wears his Oakleys.
Oh, okay.
And then who was the other guy?
And Molinari.
Shit, they just moved around on me. Oh, Zach Johnson. He's like tied for like 80th right now. He's at even. And Molinari. I can't find him. What's your next round of picks?
Top 10s. Tony Finau, he took like a top 5 last week, so I bet him to take a top 10 this week. Max Homa and Jason Day are my top 10.
Well, Jason Day is sitting good because he's leading. Molinari's tied for 60th. Who are your other 2 top 10s?
Tony Finau and Max Homa.
Max Homa's tied for 17th. And go ahead with your top 5 if you have any.
Who?
Top 5. Who do you have?
Oh, I have Terrell Hatton and Keegan Bradley.
Not looking too hot for those ones. Because I don't see them anywhere in the top 20 right now.
And then my winner is Corey Connors.
That's not looking like a good pick.
Yeah, that's all right.
Your Jason Day is looking about your best one. Top 10, and he's currently leading at 7 under.
Like I said, I didn't actually throw money on it this week, so I don't really care.
No. Yeah, I didn't even look at it. We might switch that to Tuesdays, just to be honest, like our golf talk, so that way we have it all recorded and shit before Wednesdays, so that way, cause right now Wednesday's my run day.
I think we have one more week before the PGA Championship, so.
All right.
Caleb, you ready for freaking the 21st, bro?
Can't wait.
How long before my golf clubs come in?
You ever gonna give me lessons before we go, or?
Yeah, what do you mean? I gave you like 3 lessons a day. Where were you?
Not at your house.
Well, in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, I was working. That's a far
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah, tell me a time you're not working.
Well, sure as hell won't be this Saturday.
Yeah, true. Hopefully your club's coming in within 2 weeks, Devin, but I don't know.
All right. I got the money sitting aside, so that way. I gotta decide. I'll probably be over to Mom's shortly, and I'll have you help me pick out what bag I want.
What'd you get?
I got a driver and a full set of irons from Cleveland that Caleb just ordered me.
And a putter.
Sweet.
I waited on wedges just because I currently don't really use wedges. So it's like I kind of waited on those. I'm like, let me get adjusted to these new clubs, and then maybe I'll order a set of wedges.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's about the only other thing I need.
I can't wait to freaking use my new driver.
Caleb, what balls should I get?
Pro Vs.
It doesn't really matter. You probably don't need to go out and buy $60 dozen balls.
I think it was either Dunham's or Dick's Sporting Goods had the, what is it, the S brand that you guys sell up there, Cycron or...
Yeah, you probably want to go with like Strixon, just because that's the brand that clubs you got Cleveland clubs, but they're owned by the same person or the same company.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. They have. I think Dick's had like a special package, like you get like a whole like case of balls, or like not just a little like 10-pack. It's like 25 or something like that for like $65 or something.
Yeah, I go where I get most of my balls. No joke, is freaking Facebook Market.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding, and like not some raggedy ones, but a guy that's like, I got a bunch of golf balls laying around. I'll take a look at them. I'll get some
my golf clubs. Everything in my golf bag is literally garage sale special. I've never had a brand new fucking golf club. It's always been garage sale special. I'm pretty sure the set I'm playing with is actually a girl's set of clubs, honestly.
Like currently?
I'm pretty sure they are actually a woman's brand of clubs. But I play decent with them. So, and they were like $15.
Hey, as long as you play decent with them.
I just like
I started
10 times that. No, I like 100 times that amount on fucking new clubs I just dropped. Go from $15 to like $800 quickly. Then I still got to order a bag yet. That's gonna be another $200.
Dude, you want some like golf gear? Go on. Gosh damn it! I knew I didn't know the name when I started that sentence.
Like rock bottom golf prices or whatever.
No, dude, it's a subscription. I got a new pair of Pumas from them. A shit ton of golf shirts, ball markers, shorts, like and all high dollar stuff.
There's like an Under Armour pair of golf shoes I want. I like Under Armour. I don't.
Do you remember me telling you about that?
I try not to support or Nike.
Yeah, it's like par 4, Colin.
Par 4.
I think it's called.
Yeah, you're right.
I try not to support Nike, even though they have really good Asian kids that make shoes. So, you can't go wrong with Nike shoes. I gotta be honest. You can't go wrong with them. It's child labor that just does amazing things to shoes, but I try not to support them when I can. I go Under Armour. I think they at least have teenagers working, not elementary kids.
See, it's a lot of, well, in golf, it's not off-brand, I guess, but a lot of, like, original stuff. Like, you get the Pumas, like, all that kind of stuff. I like their golf wear, or golf attire, like, way more than any Nike stuff.
I used to really like Ricky Fowler because he had the whole Puma shit.
That's why I originally liked, didn't he always wear, he wore the light blue, orange.
He had those full colored outfits that he'd do. And that's like why he was so popular there for a while. But apparently he can't golf anymore. He must have changed colors or something.
He's not that old. I mean, that was a few years ago, but he's not that old, right?
What is he even 30 yet, Caleb?
He's not that old, no. He's a little older than JT and Jordan Spieth.
So what, like 30?
Yeah, he's probably like 35.
Oh, that's older than I thought. I was thinking he was like probably 30, 28, somewhere around there. We can look this shit up. We got Google.
Google tells all.
Yeah, but I figured you'd have all these golfers' age like memorized.
Nah.
Heck no.
He don't care. But yeah, Devin, I do that subscription with Par 4.
Ricky Fowler is 33. Jordan Spieth is 28. Roy McIlroy is 33, surprisingly.
Roy McIlroy.
Yeah.
He's
Justin Thomas is 29. How old is Scotty Scheffler?
I don't know. Probably 30, 29, 30.
I'd say he's right around.
I would think he's got to be.
Age.
Holy shit, he's only 25 years old?
He looks old.
Yeah, he does.
He's 25, you said?
Yeah, he's 25. Does not look like a 25-year-old.
Yeah, I would have said he was like 46.
I think he needs a little facial hair. That might help.
I don't know.
Cameron Smith's 28. Victor Hovland's only 24. He looks young. Tiger
Yeah, he
Woods.
just graduated college. Same year I did. Him and Matthew Wolf.
Oh, that picture doesn't look young. He's only 24.
They all look old.
Golf apparently is stressful.
Do I look that old?
No.
Man, I'm almost 24.
Yeah, all these golfers look way older than what they are. I feel old because I'm fucking 28. But, all right. Well, we got your picks in. I didn't have any picks this week, so I'm not even going to try to lie and say, I took Jordan Day to win it all.
I don't,
I've been home for a little bit now, so I'm probably going to go.
All right. Yeah, I'll be over soon to get some dinner.
All right.
All right. Peace out.
See you, fellas.
Let's see.
So, Colton, you have anything else?
I don't think so.
Any sport we missed? Oh, we didn't really talk hockey at all. We kind of skipped over hockey. Hockey's in playoffs now.
Breaking news.
What you got?
Back to the NFL real quick. So I was telling you about Ryan Tannehill saying it's not his job to mentor. Saints safety Gardner Johnson says the same thing I did. He goes, hope that little bro take your job.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Let's see.
Nuts. It seems like always after the podcast there's a bunch going on.
I know. It seems like we finish this up and then there's a whole bunch of breaking news that happens.
And then, I wanted to sit and talk about, I never want to hear another Kevin Durant, LeBron James comparison again in my life. I could go on and on.
Yeah. Maple Leafs and Lightning. This has actually been a pretty good matchup for hockey. Carolina Hurricanes look good, honestly. Blues won first game against Wild. Kings are looking hot. They've been hot lately, so Kings, I think, are kind of just on a roll. Capitals beat, surprisingly, Panthers game 1. Avalanche beat the Predators, which Caleb would have probably talked about. Penguins over Rangers. That was a third overtime game there. Because they don't do shootouts. They just keep playing overtimes until someone wins. Let's see. Flames. It's kind of surprised Flames over Stars. That was kind of a boring game. That was only a 1-0 game. Lightning won game 2, so that's all tied up. Hurricanes won again. I see almost Hurricanes sweeping against the Bruins. Wild win, so it's 1-1. Oilers win, so it's 1-1.
A lot of close ones, then.
Yep. So round 2 for kind of the east side. Well, half of the east, half of the west. Predators and Avalanche play again tonight at Colorado. So I would see Avalanche winning that one. Stars and Flames are going to play again. I hope it's a little bit more exciting. That'll be at Flames. I see Flames covering that. Washington versus Panthers. Panthers should get the win, but they didn't the first round, so it's surprising. They're actually playing right now. They just started, so it's 0-0. And Penguins and Rangers are playing right now. It's almost the end of the first. It's tied 1-1. This really could go either way. If I had to pick, I would say Rangers take tonight, just being because it's at Rangers, second game with Penguins, so they should be able to clean up a little bit. So, right now, if I had to pick a team to take out of the East, I'd probably take Hurricanes, and then out of the West, I'm taking Avalanche. And I like Hurricanes. The East is normally a tougher overall conference, so I'm going to take that side. Take Hurricanes right now to win it all, but there's still a lot of hockey to play. So, cover that. I think that's all we got for sports talk tonight.
Quick and easy.
Perfect. Peace out till next time. This is where teams start. Oh, they're on button.